So, this is my UFC 168 pay-per-view review of the main card only. And pretty much going to run through the entire card. Order this live on pay-per-view for $59.99 in high definition. And it was one of those eventful cards that if you missed it, you missed it. And if you watched it, you saw exactly what I saw. So I believe the first match of the night was, I believe it was Dustin Poirier going up against Diego Nunes. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I feel like I'm wrong. Yeah, Diego Brando, and this was a quick. Actually, it was that's the first round. Pretty much, Diego missed weight by 8 pounds, and so he lost 20% of his purse. And if he would have won fight of the night, he would have given up his fight bonus and would have gone to Dustin Poirier. But unlike that happening, Dustin Poirier ended up pretty much destroying Diego, with landing numerous punches, ending in TKO 6 seconds before the round was over in the very first round. And Dustin Poirier won knockout. I believe he won knockout of the night. No, he did not actually win knockout of the night, but it did go to someone on the main card. Next, we got the lightweight matchup between Jim Miller and Fabricio Comdes. This was pretty much I thought UFC set this up as a feed fight, for Fabricio to beat Jim Miller, but that was not the case when Jim Miller pretty much landed an armbar submission while Fabricio was standing, and he got it locked in. Fabricio let go of his arm, pop. He was standing, and he was forced to tap out. And that would not be the first armbar we would see of the night. Next matchup we had was the heavyweight championship. Wow, the heavyweight match between Josh Barnett and Travis Brown. And for surprisingly, I thought Travis Brown was actually going in as the underdog, thinking that he has won his last two fights in devastating knockout fashion. And this was the case here, as he pretty much knocked out Josh Barnett in the first minute. Actually, exactly 1 minute in the fight. And that was it. And I think we got a contender for Cain Velasquez when he comes back, but who knows about that. Then we had the bantamweight championship between Ronda Rousey going against Miesha Tate. Miesha Tate was a 5-1 underdog, where if you bet $100, you would win $500. And Ronda Rousey, in order to win $100, you would have to be $700. That's how out of whack not out of whack, but that's how far the odds were between the two. So Ronda Rousey came in. They were slugging out in the first part, and Ronda Rousey took Miesha Tate down. Miesha Tate got back up. They were brawling a bit. Every time Miesha Tate would go take Ronda Rousey down, she would get a judo throw. It's just like an instinct. Ronda Rousey goes straight to her judo, grabs her, throws her down. Just an instinct. She pretty much did this for all 3 rounds. Miesha Tate had a slight chance while she was standing up, but for some reason she tried to always get the thing to the ground, but always would get judo pretty much tossed to the ground. And for some reason, not learning that, I guess she wanted to prove something that she'd go on the ground with Ronda Rousey, but that was not the case. And I guess she didn't stick with the game plan, even though she said Ronda Rousey was taking her down, even though she was going for the actual takedowns in the fight, which kind of didn't make any sense. But Ronda Rousey got the armbar the first round. Miesha Tate escaped. Ronda Rousey got like an armbar, almost a triangle armbar, but Miesha Tate escaped and survived the second round. And the third round, halfway through, Ronda Rousey got the armbar submission. So even though this is Ronda Rousey's first fight, not lasting the first round and the second round, but going into the third round, still same finish. just different round. Ronda Rousey is still your UFC Bantamweight Women's Champion. And then the main event, the rematch of the century between Anderson Silva versus Chris Weidman for the UFC Middleweight Championship of the World. Anderson Silva coming in as the challenger. Unheard of, because you haven't seen it since his first fight. Well, his fight against Chris Silva and his first matchup against Rich Franklin. So Chris Weidman shocking everyone, taking Anderson Silva down, beating him up, pretty much dominating most of the first round and winning the round. Second, Anderson Silva would refuse to get taken down, went for a leg kick. The leg kick got checked, and Anderson Silva's shin breaks off. Pretty much his shin and his calf. His legs like this. He goes for the kick, and then bam, his legs like that. Once his leg went that way, his legs straight down that way. It's pretty much split in two, and Chris Weidman wins by technical knockout. So Weidman is still your champion. Is this the end for Silva? Who knows? But I guess the next matchup is Vitor Belfort versus Chris Weidman, and the winner of that match, I don't know where they go from there. They got Vitor, they got Machida, they got that's the main two for now. I think that will be the next two contenders going up against Chris Weidman if Weidman could beat Vitor Belfort, because Vitor Belfort has been going on a rampage against people in the past year. So thank you for watching my video today. I hope you enjoyed this video. And for all the people who think they're going to watch some free fights, yeah, you can just go order the pay-per-view instead of trying to think you could watch a fight off here. And for those watching my review, I hope you enjoyed. That is all.